Hi, welcome to SCW. Steve Chats Wrestling right here on youtube.com. Make sure to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel now. Remember, it is WrestleMania today, and of course I'm going to continue to give you videos after WrestleMania as well. So please subscribe. Take the time out just to click the button. It takes 2 seconds. You can keep up to date with all the news and my views with the world of pro wrestling as we head into the rest of 2016. But I gave you WrestleMania part 1 of my predictions. It is now time to give part 2. There's the rest of the card still to do, so I'm not going to waste any time and give you my predictions for WrestleMania 32. The next match we are going to look at is the Divas Championship, the triple threat match, Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. I think that this match potentially is supposedly meant to be given the right amount of time, and I think if it's given the time of 20 minutes, I think it can be a show stealer. I think that the women are particularly very good on the roster at the moment, and I think that this triple threat match could be the best women's wrestling match that we might see since WrestleMania 22 of Trish Stratus versus Mickie James. I'm going to throw the bold statement out there now because I think some of the matches that these ladies have on WWE programming now are a bit rushed. And I think that that's why maybe there's a few botches from these divas that have been so talented and so great in NXT. But I think that women's wrestling really is on the up. And I think that this is going to be a clear indication of where the women's wrestling division is going to go heading forward. The rumours are that originally the women's championship will be taking over the Divas Championship on Raw tomorrow night. There is rumours that it could actually happen tonight, that it could be announced perhaps before the match, and that they're going to literally retire the belt literally as the final bell goes, and then they will be presented with the women's championship either tonight or tomorrow, but it could happen this evening. So we could see the women's division start from the end of this evening, from the end of the final bell of that match. For me, I think that has to be a change of the guard for that to work. For me, I'm going to go for Sasha Banks to get the victory. This way it could lead to a program of her and Charlotte going into the summer. Unfortunately for Becky Lynch, I just feel that a little bit of bad booking here is probably not giving her as much of a chance in this, but it's good to see her in the match. I think she more than deserves to be in this match. Personally, for me, I would love to see Paige also additionally into this match as well, but I get where they're going. The 3 NXT divas or women that came up to the roster at the same time, I think that that is pretty much where they're going with this, and it is going to be the best of those 3 settled in the ring tonight. So Sasha Banks winner and going to be the new women's champion at the end of this evening. We're next going to talk about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Now there are rumours, according to Twitter, Goldust sent out a tweet with the post of the guys that are involved with the Battle Royal, that Mark Henry was not on the poster. So there was 4 spots free, that potentially it's 5 going to be 5 surprise entrants. Mark Henry is still listed though on WWE being in this match, so we'll have to wait and see if he is in the match. But Mark Henry, Kane, The Big Show, The Social Outcasts, The Golden Truth, The Ascension, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, all expected to be there. Damien Sandow as well. So there's plenty of names that are going to be in this Battle Royal. There are rumours that Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman will be included as well in this Battle Royal, and there is some surprise entrants potentially rumoured that could be involved. Maybe Cesaro could be involved, Rob Van Dam. Even John Cena has been potentially mentioned that he could be involved in this match. There has been the rumour of Bray Wyatt as well. But it looks like there's definitely 4 free spots. Could be 5. There could maybe be an NXT guy involved as well. There is obviously been access as well over the weekend with NXT guys competing. So we'll have to see maybe if there was a spot for one of them like they did for Hideo Itami last year. I think for me, looking at this match, unfortunately, none of the guys that have been advertised seem creditable enough to win this. It's been put from the pre-show to the main show for a reason. I think now they really are going to try and make this Battle Royal actually catapult someone, help their career a little bit. So I'm going to say that it is going to be someone that is a surprise entrant that is going to win this Battle Royal. I'm sure many would agree with me saying that anyway, but if I have to stick my neck out and say potentially if he's in it, maybe Cesaro. I'd like to think Braun Strowman isn't going to win it, even though he seemed to nail on to win it a few weeks ago. So I have to see who is going to win the Battle Royal this evening. It's not clear-cut, that prediction, purely as we don't know who the other guys are going to be. But it's quite exciting. The prospect this Battle Royal all of a sudden seems more exciting than maybe what it did 1 or 2 weeks ago when superstars were starting to be announced for it. Next, going to talk about The Rock. Now, The Rock is expecting to do something monumental this WrestleMania. He's going to have a promo segment, and he says that it's going to be something that's going to change the course of WrestleMania history. Now, is it going to set up a match for WrestleMania 33? Is it a promo section? Is he going to get involved with a match that could lead him in a match? Maybe could be involved with Roman Reigns' match to set up a match with Triple H, or with Roman Reigns even the following year. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. For me, I would love to see a promo segment. I mean, we still don't know the roles of The Rock, HBK, Shawn Michaels. I would love to see them in a promo together in the ring. I think that would be phenomenal. The idea of a fantasy match, I've always said about the Sting and the Undertaker being a fantasy match. That would be a fantasy match of HBK and The Rock. Of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin still yet to fully know his role either, or Mick Foley, all are expected to be in the house, although I would expect Mick Foley to still maybe be not involved with, but perhaps maybe on side or vocal to do with the Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar affair, as he was involved with the build-up there for that one. But we'll have to wait and see what is going to happen for that. But to say a full prediction for that, we know The Rock is going to be there. That's maybe more of an update there for you. We're next going to look at potentially one of the two main events of the evening. We'll have to see if it will be or won't be. We're going to look at the Hell in a Cell match, Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. Now, multiple sources have said about multiple potential interferences in the match. I'm going to make a little shout, and I've said it a few times already. I reckon the first line of defence to try and help Shane McMahon in interfering in this match will be the Mean Street Posse. I would love to see them come back just for a small cameo, get destroyed by The Undertaker. I think it would be a nice little touch. Expect some big spots, expect perhaps a lot of fists being thrown, but there'll be perhaps one or two real big spots in the match. There is rumour that there has been one been discussed, and potentially even with some form of practice over the weekend. Of course, though, that can be unconfirmed if that is true or denied, but it's something that I have read online. But expect perhaps a big spot in the match somewhere. Going for the result itself and who would interfere, there's been rumours that Sting would interfere, or he has retired now, so I think that's potentially unlikely. John Cena has been rumoured, Bill Goldberg, the Balor Club, and even the Wyatt family all been rumoured to actually interfere in this match. I'm going to go for the Balor Club if anyone is going to, although Finn Balor did retain his title on NXT TakeOver Dallas, so there could be a chance he may be staying there just for a little bit longer. As for the actual prediction itself, I'm going to go for a Shane McMahon victory. I'm just not quite sure how, but I'm assuming there will be some interference. I'd love the idea of him and Vince McMahon teaming up and actually being a ploy and a plot for Shane McMahon to be in control of Raw and not Triple H and Stephanie, to make Triple H and Stephanie turn faces after WrestleMania, and then to create a Raw versus SmackDown environment. I think that would be very tasty going forward, because then Triple H could call on an NXT invasion that has been rumoured to potentially happen, as well as a brand split, and I think that would be a very logical way of doing it moving forwards, but we'll have to see if that may happen at all. Next, go look at AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. I think that this has been built up pretty well. You had the tag team where they put themselves as a tag team after facing 3 times. You weren't really sort of keen on it first. I definitely wasn't keen on it first, but then kind of grew to like it as they went for the tag team titles. Felt really good about it, and then obviously the heel turn was done from Chris Jericho, was done with a touch of class. This is going to be the first full face versus heel match of the two. It really has been built up really to put AJ Styles over. I would expect AJ Styles to pick up the victory in this match and get his first WrestleMania moment. I think it would be pretty spectacular when that happens. The final match of the evening then, Roman Reigns looking to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Triple H. Now, I think it's a given. We've all predicted Roman Reigns to win this match. It seems like the golden way that we might finally see what WWE have wanted for years, for at least 2 years, with Roman Reigns the face, holding the belt above his head as WrestleMania closes. Now, it may not be the main event anymore, but it certainly may be the thing that may still happen. WWE rumours of a back and forth of the idea of whether they turn Roman heel or not. I would love to see what I said a minute ago with Shane and Vince teaming up, and then actually Roman Reigns becoming aligned with them. I think would be amazing, because it's Triple H that's held Roman Reigns back, not as much Vince McMahon. Yes, it was done initially when Roman Reigns first won the belt, but it's Triple H who's been the guy that's been holding Roman back. So it could be done, and it could possibly make sense going forward if we was to get that Roman heel turn. We can expect some surprises all the way through WrestleMania, but what is going to happen, we're not entirely sure yet, and I'm buzzing to see what is going to happen, but I am assuming Roman Reigns will walk away with the World Heavyweight Championship at the end of WrestleMania to go into the new era, the new season of WWE, as we start the proceedings all the way to WrestleMania 33. Once again, we go through the calendar one more time. So what's your predictions on it? Do you think the results are going to be the same as what I predict, or do you think that they will be different? Leave your comments now in the comment section. If you do like these videos, please do subscribe to the channel now. Of course, I will be providing videos, a results episode of this and review on this channel tomorrow. Also the SCW Wrestling Podcast. I'm going to try and get a guest or two together so we can discuss WrestleMania on there as well, and we'll give you the link once that is done. Also, yes, do make sure that subscribe to this channel now, and thank you very much for watching. You've been watching SCW right here on YouTube.com. Thank you.